Attention players in this evening's 8 Max satellite. In just under 5 minutes time, you will be in a 15-minute break. Just before that, can I ask you, one of the players at the table, to start buying 25-point blue chips and stay behind to assist the chip race? That'll be much appreciated. Thank you.
All right.
Okay, just because all the finalists in the main event, please retake your seats. Tournament commence in 2 minutes. For the finalists, please retake your seats.
Guys, you want to talk about the...
We said we were open to chats. Let's try big jumps, you know?
Yeah.
It's a bit crazy. And we're all, it's not relatively deep. You know what I mean?
But you have... How much you have?
2.1.
49?
2.1.
Yeah.
I don't know what how you want to test.
Let's just see what ICM is, and then
They don't do it. Do you get to they don't do it?
they don't do ICM numbers.
I have an app as well.
Okay, if like one of you wants to do it, check these, right? I mean,
As you can see, we're back from the dinner break. They've had the 45-minute break. They've eaten. Now you can see the three players have come back, but instantly, Ben Morrison, Tamer Kamel, and Jerome Lostis all decided to stand up and wanted to chat numbers. We'll leave the pictures on. Not going to chat over it because we don't know how long the deal actually takes. But they are in discussions regarding a deal. We'll leave the pictures on. We're back as soon as they sit down.
Attention players, in this evening's 8 Max satellite, you are now blue 25-point chips and stay behind an assistant chip race, that'd be much appreciated. Thank you.
Attention please, second call for Aisha Alvara.
Can you check as well if it's right? I don't know.
Yeah, I just want to double check.
Yeah, so you can just agree with them or just take something off.
Yeah. I would always like to take something off, but I think it's a bit better to do it sometimes play for. Yeah. Like them, but obviously just it's just too swingy, I think.
Okay, yeah, no, I'm happy to play as well.
I don't know what you guys tell me. I'm not
How
trying to
much
think.
do you want to do?
I don't know. What do you? I don't mind this. As long as it's just something.
Well, I mean, I have like a vague offer.
Count, you can just take something off and then do the prizes.
Yeah. Then we do ICM again, and then we play for 10.
So you're saying take 10 off?
Take 10 off, and then do ICM, and then we'll play for 10. If you're happy with that.
I'm okay with that.
Attention please, Norman Gold, transfer to table 90.
It means we're still paying quite a lot of money, but we basically guarantee it. They're sending it through and then we just.
So the guys are still doing a deal. We can't hear anything. We can't hear nothing. Please let me know what's happening. They won't tell me notes. All we can say, ladies and gentlemen, is while we're waiting, and this will be the last time I say it, thanks to everybody who's contributed.
Yeah, thanks everyone.
For absolutely one of the best years of live streaming we've ever done.
Yeah, it's been really, really good.
And it's all because of me.
All because of Tower. All because of Tower.
The introduction of Jay has certainly helped the game, certainly helped me. I even won a hand once. It certainly helps. Cardroomdirect.com bringing us absolutely superb images, and I'm sure we're just going to get better and better. 2019 is locked in the books. We'll be back again. The start of season number 14. So we'll be back again in January for leg 1. It's just about the same for next year as it is this year. Same number of legs, the Goliath and the Student Championships. Anything else to us will be a bonus. So it is much appreciated. But you lot in the chat box really mean it, and I say it every time I come on there. You guys have been brilliant. You make it easy to us.
Yeah, it really does
you do
help
make
us out.
it. We have a laugh. Yes, we diverse, and yeah, we talk about food and cooking and shopping.
We talk about everything,
and football.
really, don't we? You're like across.
It's a 12-hour day.
Yeah.
We have to talk about stuff, and it's not always about the poker. But when it gets serious, like it is now, and yes, we know they've done a deal. Yes, we know they've done a deal, but it's one of those that, you know, we love it, and I hope you do too, because we have we have a good time, we have a good laugh, we enjoy it, and I think for the budget that cardroomdirect.com are on, and the 4-5 guys now with Jay that run it, don't think we do a bad job at all. So there we go. Gareth, they have done a deal. It has been announced that they have done a deal. Obviously we're 30 minutes behind, so there's not a lot we can do about that. We have done a deal. They are playing on for 20. Tama Camel has taken 110,000. Jerome lost this. Jerome lost this. Has taken £120,445, and Ben Morrison 123,000. Yeah, it is chunks each. That is the deal. You cannot blame them. But we don't know who's going to be champion. We don't know who's going to be crowned grand final winner. And we don't know who's going to be taking the extra money. But that is the money as it stands. And would you blame them? Would you blame them? Locked up 110 minimum. Jerome lost this, and Tama Kamel. Jerome lost this 3 months ago. Came 5th in the EPT 1100 buy-in for 155,000. I think Tower has to work 3 years for that much. But there you go. We do it out of pure love. That's what we do it out of. Pure love. So they're still in the chat box and they're still gassing and they're looking at figures and numbers and not too sure why there's 4 people there. Unless that's a... this could be interesting if Jerome lost his winnings and he doesn't speak English. We could have an interpreted final interview. How good would that be? That's it. We get fed it. We get paid in fooders. So 20,000 left to play for is chunks. When you think 20,000 to play for will be total buy-ins for the GUKPT 2019.
Oh, we
the
made a
extra
deal.
20. They have announced a deal. We know they're still chatting away, but the deal has been announced on the website.
Got chunks for
So
Ben.
some people do look at the website, and that is what they're playing for. They chat. Don't know how long they chat for. That's the problem. We don't know how long they actually chat for. There's about 20 people involved. Maybe it's backers. Maybe the backers want their chunks. Who knows?
Yeah, especially in a 2K, not many people would have 100% of them in a 2K buy-in. So when you are making a deal, people that have got percentages of you do have to speak to them and explain the situation and let them know what's going on. So that's why sometimes a deal, especially for this amount of money, what with 360k left in the prize pool, I guess you do need to take a bit of time on that front. But looks like Tamer seems set. Ben's talking to his rail.
I need to hear the numbers, guys. I need to hear the numbers, please. Okay.
So we're still gassing. plenty of people in the mix. I'm guessing the players who are not playing, it's the backers, or else they wouldn't be allowed to be involved in the deal. The Poker Live app, when it gets its revamp next year, will have a ICM calculator imported into it, so you can click on it and do it straight away. Because the GUKPT always state that they'll never get involved in any deals. The problem is deals can go on for hours, and there should be a set time. No matter how much you're playing for, they should give them a set time and say, look, if you don't do a deal in 5 minutes, then when there's no deal, carry on.
Is it just ICM that they'll have on the...
I don't. Yeah, I think it is.
Yeah, because that can be a problem sometimes when discussing deals. The big stack sometimes doesn't want to do a deal via ICM unless they take a bit more. Because the chip chop usually favours the big stack more. ICM favours the short stack. And
so the deal is done.
Is done.
We now know the deal has been set. 110 for Tama. So we're on 3. We're down to 3. Ben Morrison, Towers pick. And he had 500,000 chips, Towers pick, and he's taking 123,000. Jerome Lostis from France has taken 120,000 and a little bit of change. And Tama Camel has taken 110. And he's already finished 3rd.
Yeah.
Will he get a different number?
Well, he came 6th, then he came 4th, then he came 3rd.
Yeah.
So the way it's gone before, he always seems to go a position better than the time before. So might see him either runner-up or winner, but could not pick a winner out of these 3 players. I really couldn't.
You've locked up 120,000. 123, 110. Yes, 20's chunks. Will it affect the play?
It might do a bit, because there's no pay jumps now. 3-handed, they won't have to worry about it. Someone busting.
It's literally we now need all the chips.
Yeah, that's it. It's just play to win for the extra 20k.
It is literally we now need all the chips or no extra money.
But a bit of 3-handed poker. 3-handed ranges are going to be a lot wider. Going to see a lot of opening with hands you may not usually see. And Tamer here limps in the small, well, completes in the small, and Jerome in the big blind is going to make it 210k to go with the 6-3 offsuit.
There's all in. Does it change the way we play?
In that case, maybe. I don't think. I think Jerome would have checked his option with the 6-3. But then again, we are 3-handed. Aggression is going to be needed to win this. Can't just fold and wait for a hand. 3-handed, you need to get involved, play pots, win pots.
So 3 players, 30-60 with a 5.
So Tama on the button, King 4, 3-handed. Expect him to open this, and there it is.
Raises to 120.
And Jerome in the small blind, A7 suited. So won't be folding here, Jerome. 3-handed, A7 suited in the small. It's just whether He's going to flat or 3-bet in this spot. Three-handed, I like 3-bet with this the A7 suited here. I just think it plays a lot better. 3-bet this hand, we get the betting lead if Tamer just flats post-flop. We're out of position, so we're happy to take the pot down now, and he does elect to 3-bet. Makes it 535k. And now Tamer with the King 4 of Hearts, you expect him to let this one go. So another pot for Jerome, started 3-handed very well. So Jerome on the button, Jack 4 suited. Once again expecting to open, 3-handed on the button. And he does come in for a raise. Ben, Queen 7 in the small, going to get out of the way. And Tamer, King 9 in the big, will be continuing with this hand. So once again, same as the spot for Jerome last hand. He's got two options, call or 3-bet. And I like the call, just defends with the King 9.
Flop time. King, Queen.
Not a bad flop for King 9.
Let's just defend with King 9.
So Jerome, Jack 4 here. Expect to see a continuation bet on this particular board texture. Tamer going to be defending out of the big blind very wide. So a lot of the time we're going to continue here and Tamer is just going to insta-muck. But on this occasion, he has flopped trip kings, so won't be going anywhere. Like to see a flat here from Tamer. Reason I like a flat is because if we raise, Jerome just folds way too often. He's open button 3-handed. He's going to be opening all sorts of hands that we have drawing dead. We're going to have him drawing dead in some spots. But he does raise to 310. Because what the flat does as well, it just keeps, it gives room for Jerome to do something silly on the turn or river. It keeps all his bluffs in his range, like a hand like Jack 4 in this particular spot, for example, and eventually gets out of the way. Tamer takes it down. So we're nearly there, Tower, for the year.
We are indeed. We're down to 3.
Down to 3 players.
Final event of season 12. If anybody's counting seasons, it's season 12.
Still over 150 big blinds in play, so could be in for another long one here. Last few heads-up battles we've seen on the tour have lasted a while. And 3-handed, especially with players all similar stack sizes. You could see 3-handed going on for a while as well.
Yep.
Ben 9-5 off, can't open the button 100% of the time, need to fold some hands. 9-5 gone into the muck. Tamer 7-6 offsuit in the small. So he completes, Jerome checks his option. Queen 5-5, 2 spades. I expect Tamer to lead this board. Reason being, he's first to act, blind on a Queen 5-5 board. It's hard for Jerome to have connected with it. He needs exactly Queen X fight or 5X to continue, or like a flush draw. So I like the lead from Tamer there, and he takes that one down with just 7 high.
Just 7 high.
Just a 7 high tower.
Just a 7 high. So we're on 3. If you're just joining us, if you've been out, what are the reasons for the chop not being even with the stacks being so close? I actually don't know.
Well, the reason for it, John, they done it via ICM, so the stacks are so close, but there are like little minute differences. Like Tamer, I think, had like 8 big blinds less than second, which was Jerome, and Jerome had like 2 big blinds less than Ben. So it's the way the ICM works. It's just your equity left in the prize pool, and I know it don't seem like it's far apart. 110k, 120k, 123k. They are all quite close together, them numbers, but it's just the way the ICM figures come out. If they all had exactly the same stack size, which would be very unlikely, then the chop would have been even. But because there was slight differences in stack sizes, Ben, who had the chip lead, he's going to get the lion's share of the prize pool, and Tamer going to have to take a little hit.
Piano, the one for holder.
Great. 120.
So Ben's 10s.
Yeah, 10's huge hand, 3-handed, facing a button open from Jerome. So Ben should always be 3-betting in this spot. Like there's times at a 4-ring table you just flat 10s out of the small blind, but 3-handed here we're going to see him 3-bet, makes it 455k, and action back on Jerome on the button. And Jerome gets out of the way, so nice pick up for Ben over the 3 million mark, 3.2 million. It's close, Tower. Anyone could win this.
Yeah, we said, will it make a difference to the game? And at the moment, it hasn't really.
I don't expect it to, actually.
No.
They're still playing 20k. They're playing effectively a 3-man sit and go for 20k, winner takes all. So there's a lot to play for. I know if I was playing a 3-man sit and go for 20k, I'd still want to play the best possible poker I can, even with 120k or 110k locked up. So ace 10 of clubs for Ben here on the button. Definitely will be opening this hand. And Jerome, pocket queens in the big blind.
Well, this could have gone all in without a deal.
This is a bit of a cooler 3-handed, but I don't expect Ben to 4-bet this hand, but he will be peeling the 3-bet from Jerome out of the big blind, so we'll see Jerome 3-bet, Ben flat, and we'll probably take a flop. Well, we will take a flop, unless Ben puts a 4-bet in, which with this particular hand I don't think he will. Just ace 10 suited, it can flop so well. It's just fine to peel the 3-bet from Jerome here. So he 3-bets to 500k, leaving himself 2.1 million behind. So when Ben makes this call, and he will make this call, I'm pretty sure of it, he will be continuing in the hand. It's call or 4-bet, but I'm pretty sure he's just going to call in this spot. There's going to be million chips in the pot, so we're looking at 2 SPR on the flop. So this has the potential, Tower, to be a very big pot.
Just a call. We've called the 380,000, so we 3-bet to 500. We call.
Ben's not going to want to catch a piece of this unless it's an ace.
6, 7, 8. Well, we've got a gut shot. Overs.
Backdoor
Backdoor
clubs.
flush. Draw and an overpair.
So Jerome, expect him to continue sort of somewhere between 250 and 400k. Check it over to us. I mean, Jerome's going to check it over to us. So here comes the call, as expected. So we'll take a turn. Oh, Tower.
Wow, this keeps the ace-10 involved, and this could be... Wow, this is enormous.
So you can see Jerome now has an SPR of 1. Effective stack is a pot-sized bet. And Ben has turned a catalogue of outs here. Any 9, any ace, any club will make him the best hand.
The 3 clubs on the turn keeps Ben involved.
So now we see Jerome check with the pocket queens, and if I'm Ben here, after it's been checked over to us, I'm moving all in. Because Jerome's just going to have so many hands here that he folds, he's going to just have like some king queens, king jacks, jack queens, ace highs, that he's just going to pass to a shove here on the turn. And if he has got one of them hands that can call us off, we've still got heaps of equity to get there. So incorporate him with our fold equity here with the ace-10, shoving the turn. There it is, Tower. There's the shove as expected, and it should be a snap call, and this is a huge pot. 5.1 million chips in the middle. Jerome with the best of it, but Ben still has 31% equity, looking for an ace, 9 or a club on this river.
Can he hit it to take out Jerome? It is Jerome that's all in. Jerome is all in with the overpair. A club, an ace.
It's a 10. 10 no good for the ace-10 though.
And the 10 is no good.
Ben is left with 10 big blinds. Jerome
That was a monster.
scooping a monster pot, and he would definitely be the favourite now to take this down. Can't fault Ben on the play, would have played it the exact same way.
Yeah.
It's just the way it goes. Well played from Jerome as well. The just check on the turn from the queens for some deception, and did have to fade a lot of outs on the river. But that is a monster pot late in the day.
So we're down to 10 bigs for Ben Morrison. New dealer 300.
I enjoyed that hand, Tower. I
Yes.
love seeing good poker. It was just a caller from the beginning, that hand. 3-handed. And now Ben left with 10 big blinds, but he does have £123,000 locked up, so not the end of the world.
That indeed was a great hand. So we're on 3, but we have a guy with 10 bigs. And that is Ben Morrison, sat in seat number 1. or 2 now as he is. Tama with king 10.
Tama is going to be opening the king 10. There it is, and Ben with Jack 9 suited. He may just go with this tower. He is going to go with it. All in, and Tama has to make the call. 3-handed for 10 big blinds.
There we go.
And we could be heads up tower.
We could indeed be heads up. Ben is all in. They have done a deal. Ben's taken 123,000. Well done to him. He has got a chunk of money. And he's behind. And we have Jack 9 for Ben. And Tama has king 10. Do we get a double up and get back in the game? Or are we heads up?
Well, that's not a bad flop.
We've hit the 10, we've hit the 9.
So a jack, an 8 or a 9 needed for Ben. Backdoor spades a possibility as well.
There's the jack.
There's the jack. So Ben is going to double up, needs to fade a king, 10, queen or an 8.
Oh, the queen brings us straight. The king brings us straight. The poker gods giveth, and then the poker gods taketh away. And Ben Morrison has put up a fantastic fight. 3rd place for £123,000. What a lad, what a dive. I'll tell you what a game of poker that was. We're heads up. There's 2 of them left. 2 of them left. We don't know if there's a break. They've only just come back. We are now heads up. Not sure. Tama's moving into seat 2. I'm sure it should be 3 and 7. But Tama might want to sit in seat number 2. I'm not sure what the timeout's going to be. But both of them are off. So, our intrepid reporter, Mr. J. Howard, is rushing around the card room and he's just picking up Mr. Ben Morrison. Here is what he's got to say.
I'm joined by our 3rd place finisher, Ben. Ben, what result? Taking the lion's share of the prize pool, £123,000. You didn't win the title, but it's been a great run.
Yeah, it's been an incredible run. Didn't really run great day 1, but day 2 and today I ran so pure, so it's been good.
So we got to 3-handed and a deal was made. Do you think the deal affected how you played 3-handed?
No, I think all the hands I played, I mean, I didn't play many hands 3-handed because I didn't last long, but I think they were all pretty standard. 3-bet 10s, and then PL, he's 3-bet with ace 10 of clubs, flop 2 overs, a gut shot, backdoor flush draw, turn the flush draw, and that's pretty standard. And then Jack 9, I don't know what I meant to do, but shove, it's probably fine. So.
Yeah, I think one of the key hands we saw on the final table, the 8s versus the aces in that spot there, was a bit of a gift. But I think it did propel you to where you've got to now and taking home the most money.
Yeah, so just before the hand on the table, they're talking about like 2 bluffs I'd done earlier in the day that have just caught up on stream. So they're talking about like how I'm being a bit out of line. Then it goes open, flat, and I look down at aces, literally that hand. So just an unbelievable spot. And as soon as he started thanking, I was like pretty sure he was going to put it in. And yeah, it's an incredible spot.
Well, congratulations, Ben in 3rd place. Back to you, Tower.
Attention please, Mark Walton. Mark,
So thanks a lot, Jay. I tell you what a great, well done, Jay. Well done to Ben. Fantastic. We don't know how long the break is. I'm guessing it's 5 minutes. We'll leave the pictures on. We're heads up, ladies and gentlemen.
5 on the table, that make you feel any better? Huh?
It's a loser.
Well, I've got the Jets. My Jets bet doubles up already because they were not up already, halfway. The Jets plus 14.5 against the Pats. The Pats always struggle when they go there. The Pats won by 14, and the other one's the Cardinals plus. And the Cardinals are 7-0 up.
I have a chance of winning with my defense. PK, do you want to know the account?
PK.
Well, how much is up to 2970. $2,970?
I can't believe you asked me what was the all-in hand and who was the all-in. You know me better than that. When you said who's the all-in. Because it's previous.
No, well, I mean, all the players. Because obviously I'm not here.
I've always do it clockwise, so if it's him versus him, I've always...
It could be Tamak, it could be him. So you still do clockwise.
Ah, right,
I don't know which
that's fine.
player.
Okay.
That's the question, yeah?
I thought it was because it happened hand before the...
No. 52-10. 52-10. Yeah, that's just know which two players are there involved.
Jordan, number 1.
Hey, Tamara, what's you call him? Tamara, come here. Whose head's up there? Tamara? Whose head's up there? Him. Him and who? Him. You ask a question, you're going to get that answer, mate. This player and this player. You know, I don't know. Hey, the most important question is, who's your team here? Rangers. Yeah. Oh! That's an awful answer. It is, man. Okay. Thank you. So it's drinking on an empty head, but you didn't hear me saying that, eh? What's that? I said, so's drinking on an empty head, but you know. That's harsh, isn't it?
No answers, just the one.
Just because Rangers are fucking haven't won a league in about 1,000 years, don't we have an award? Well, actually never won it. How'd you get that? They only formed in 2010. No? Yeah, they are, Sevco. Listen, they're not Rangers anymore, some new club. You know, you've got Sevco and all this shite that. So, they've never actually won the league yet. Yeah. That's it. The old Rangers are dead.
Where were the ones?
Yeah, he was small blind last time.
So what one was that?
So you're going to play it when you're
So you
wasn't.
can't,
Yeah, he was a man last time.
What's his
He's still small man, big man. 5 to 10.
5 to 10.
There's nothing worse than a fucking one-horse race in Scotland. Nothing worse. It used to be a two-horse race. Now it's a one-horse race. We lost the horse. We've lost the horse in Scotland. It's a one-horse race.
Haven't spoken to her. She's looking after the kids, so.
I hope so. I do. Yeah?
I wasn't so sure. I had hope.
I have a weird feeling that
Yeah?
I can't remember the last time. Oh, yeah, Adam
Reynolds.
No, Adam.
Adam Owen.
Yeah, Leeds. Queen.
against ace king and ace king on the feet of the
Yeah, got queens.
ace queen. What comes ace man? Or king high, sorry. Guy goes, don't worry lads, I folded the queen. And I knew it was coming to the river.
Oh,
No, stupid, well, I don't want to just you get these people say, but you only remember the ones you come in. Oh, no, it was weird how you had that.
Equality, how much? Equality, how much?
no, we did a deal.
How much in the top?
It's only 20k we're playing for now.
Full team, how much you take?
110.
Good deal. Once I can fly. Okay, this was all the finalists from today's main event. Please retake your seats. We are going to recommence in 60 seconds. Finalists, please retake your seats.
Attention please, Mr. Luciano, the poker room.
I want this trophy, man. I want this trophy. Honestly. Been on full time for this battle. In this round final. In my fifth,
You were there with careful now, weren't you?
no, I was there when Charlie Carroll won. I was there when Fabio Gross won. And I was there when Mark Wright won. Mark Wright won, right? Yeah, Mark Wright.
Yeah,
He beat Will. Sorry,
he will have some fun.
it's okay.
Okay, guys.
Yes?
So, heads up, there's no antes, just the blinds. Small blind is on the dealer button. And show me your big blind.
So I think that's it. That was the shortest break we've had while we're heads up, because they've had breaks and then they had a break for
The deal.
the deal, and then they had another break, and then they had another break, and now we're heads up.
Yeah, I had a chat with Ben.
Jerome lost his and Tammy Campbell. Sorry, buddy.
Yeah, I had a chat with Ben. See the interview?
Yes.
Yes.
You know.
Yeah, and seemed really pleased with himself and happy with how he played. So I think he's happy taking home 123k. Played really well on the final. But this has been a really good final table. Everyone that's been on this final has played well throughout the tournament. They're obviously all very good players. And we're down to 2. So Tama going 1 better, 6th, then 4th, then 3rd. Now he is heads up. At least if he comes 2nd, he knows that he's going to win it next year.
Well, there is that about it.
So Tama on the button. For those watching, if you're watching and you're friends or family of the 2 players, heads up, and you don't know what's going on much, heads up button will always be the small blind as well. So it's button, small blind and the big blind.
And if you're watching in black and white, Tama's the one with the hat on.
So heads up, you're going to see a lot of flops, heads up. Button's going to be opening a lot of hands. Dependent on the strategy, some people like limping the button heads up. But we'll see over the first sort of 10-15 hands how this heads up's going to pan out. Whether they are limping button or whether they are opening button. So Jack 6 offsuit here for Jerome. Makes it 120. Tama Queen 5. Tama defends, and it's a good flop for Jerome here, flopping 2 pair. Big flop for him heads up after opening the Jack 6, and he's going to continue for 105. And Tama getting floaty. Makes the call with just queen high. Four on the turn, so Tama now actually picks up an up and down straight draw. Is Tama going to lead? He is going to lead. I like it. I like the lead on this specific turn card. I know we can see it's not going to work, but long term it's going to work so often. We now pick up equity to make a straight. We're up and down. And
Jerome just calling?
Yeah, Jerome's just calling. But and a lot of the time, Jerome just folds here. Like all his hands, like 8-7, 9-8, 10. There's just so many hands that he folds to this turn lead. So I like the lead. I like the thought process behind it. Unfortunately for Tama, I should say, Jerome has actually caught a piece of this board and he won't be going anywhere, so he's going to make the call and we will take a river. I'm interested to see what's going to happen if this river bricks out, whether Tama is going to fire another barrel. King of clubs on the river, so no flushes out there, and action on Tama. Now what's got to be going through Tama's head now is what hands is Jerome calling me with on the turn that I can actually get to fold on this specific river. So he is going to fire here. And now action on Jerome.
It's a bit of 565,000 by Tama.
Now Jerome's got to ask himself, Jack 6, is Tama ever value betting a worse hand? And personally, I don't think he is. I don't think he's going to value bet 6x. They're more check calls. So when he leads this river, he's repping hands like 5-7, 5-2 suited that turn the gut shot, and then 3x as well, and maybe some king x that he just elected to float and barrel off, like king x of clubs. Sorry, it's the king of clubs on the river. And makes the call. Good call by Jerome. On to the next hand. Good evening, everyone. If you are just joining us, it's been a great weekend here in London for the grand final. We had a great turnout, over 300 runners for this event, creating a prize pool of £650,000, and we're down to the final two, Tama and Jerome. Heads up now for the title. There has been a deal done. Ben, who busted in third, took home 123k. Tama's locked up 110k, and Jerome has locked up 120k, and they're still playing for the trophy and £20,000. Good evening, Ian. Thanks, really appreciated. Me and Tower, we do try to do our best to entertain everyone. Glad you are enjoying the coverage. So Jerome on the button, King Queen here. Going to see an open. Makes it 125k to go. Tama in the big blind. Queen Deuce offsuit. This might be one of the hands he elects to fold, but looks like he's going to defend. He's getting a good price. He's always going to be getting a good price in this spot, but he is dominated. Not that he would know that. And we will take a flop. King 8 for Lorraine. Two clubs, sorry. So good flop for Tama, for Jerome, flopping a top pair. Tama with just queen high, no draw, no backdoor, so he's going to get out of the way.
So 6.3 against 1.8. Cheers, John. Thank you very much. Jay's here for all the good stuff. I'm just here for entertainment value.
I wouldn't be able to do it without you, Tao. I'll put it that way. Cheers, Brad. Thanks, Asifo. Essa as well. John, thanks very much. Kind comments.
How did the chip leader guy bust?
So he lost a big hand. I'll come back to it in a minute for you, Asif, because we got a hand brewing here. Tama opening the button with the old computer hand, the Queen 7, and Jerome in the big blind with the goods. Ace King incoming 3-bet.
Cheers, Essa. Cheers, Chef Brad. Thank you very much. And Ian as well. Thank you very much indeed. We are heads up. A lot of players and a lot of people will be leaving us and watching it on replay tomorrow. So thanks for that. Much appreciated, all the nice words, guys.
And there's the 3-bet and there's the snap fold. So the key hand, I see if we were 3-handed. Ben opened the button with ace 10 of clubs. Jerome had pocket queens, 3-bet out of the big blind. And Ben called flop king 8, 7, 6, 1 club. There was a continue from the queens, small bet, Ben called, which is pretty standard. Turn was the 3 of clubs, and Jerome checked the queens over to Ben, and there was an effective stack of a pot size bet left behind, so Ben ripped in the ace 10 of clubs with a gut shot, 2 overs and the nut flush draw, and the queen snapped him off, and he didn't find one of the outs he needed on the river, and he was left very short and got the rest of his chips in with Jack 9 and couldn't get there against King 10. And that's how we lost Ben. So Jerome, 4-1 chip lead here, exactly a 4-1 chip lead. 27 bigs, plays 108 bigs. Tama, ace 3 on the button. So here's the limp from Tama. What I spoke about earlier, sometimes heads up, people like to limp certain hands on the button. A reason being is if they open, for example, in this spot, Tama has ace 3. If he opens it and gets 3-bet, he's just got to let it go. Whereas if he limps and Jerome raises, he can peel and take a flop. So that's the thought process behind the limping on the button. So Tama with just ace high, flush draw for Jerome. And a 5 on the turn, so Jerome now up and down with a flush draw. Can also can't find a 4, sorry. Tama would make a will.
What's the bet sizing? Really small? Well, above pot size, 200,000.
Yeah, he's bet 1.8x pot here, Jerome. It's a huge bet. So Jerome knows he's never going to win at Showdown with wow. And there we go. Tama makes the call for 200k with just ace high. 6 on the river.
Smokes it in, baby.
So Jerome now makes the straight. Running pretty pure so far. Heads up, Jerome.
And now we move all in for an effective 1.4 million. Because that's what Tama has got.
Yeah, he's just trying to end this now, Jerome, but he's not going to get called from Tama. overbet from Jerome. Huge overbet on the river. The all-in is massive.
Mark Bunting's on the final table of GUKPT. Good luck, young man.
Good luck, Mark. I hope it weren't you that busted me earlier. If it was, take care of my chips.
So raised it up to 125. Ah, Mark's not in, he's just giving us a report.
Oh, okay.
Oops. Sorry.
So both players with diamonds here. Queen 8 of diamonds for Jerome. King 7 of diamonds for Tama. Oh wow, look at this flop tower.
Jack 3, 6, 2 diamonds. Tama has a flush draw. So too does Jerome. Wowzers. Mine's at 30-60. Tama's got 21 bigs.
Yeah, this if a diamond comes on the turn, Tama's just assured a double up no matter what the run out. Like, this could be a key turning point in heads up. So bet from Jerome, and Tama makes the call.
Turn is a jack, so it pairs the jack.
I expect Jerome to take a free card now, win the King 7 of diamonds. Reason being, Tama, if he has like 6x, 3x, or even Jack X here, he has all them hands in his range. We're just not getting them to pass turn, so it's better to just take the free card off, see if we can make our flush. But he is running pure at the moment, Jerome, and this heads up battle gets there on the river, finds one of the 6 outs.
The offsuit queen is delicious for Jerome. If you want to run good at the right time.
And now Tama is going to bluff at this, and there's just no way Jerome is going to fold here unless Tama chooses some. It's just going to get snapped off, and 7-1 chip lead now for Jerome.
Under $1 million with the blinds at 60,000.
So Tama 6th, 4th, and then 3rd in this event, and now, unless something changes pretty quickly, he may just be taking home the runner-up finish.
So Mark Bunting's in the 30-pounder, but he didn't knock you out.
Oh, okay.
So good luck. Good luck, Mark. That's what we say. Good luck.
has like 8 like 7 he's like 8
And the walk. Jack 4, no good.
Yeah. Now I'm looking at the other one. I know he's like thinking, oh,
So we crack on. 10 doos for Jerome. Where's Tamer's? Get him in the mud, get him in that seat, get them in. So just 14 big blinds for Tamer Camel, 6th, 4th and 3rd. It's a new spot for him in the grand final, but he has made 4 grand finals. And again.
So Tamer limping the button once again, this time with 9-7 of clubs. See a flop of Ace 5 Jack Rainbow. And Tamer is going to fire out with the 9 high and gets Jerome to fold the best of it.
Ken Wong's on his 3rd final table of the week.
Is he really?
Yep. He's now on the last event, final table. Chopped them in. That guy's a ledge.
So Jerome's not opting for the limp button strategy. He's pretty set on raising all of his range that he's going to be continuing with. This time at 5-4 he is opening, and wow, look at this flop tower.
Flop of 5-5-9.
I was about to say Tamer's going to double up here, but he's actually not. This pot.
Chop this?
Yeah, this pot.
90% of the time.
Yeah, this pot ends. It's 96% of the time. This is going to end in a chop. Needs to come like deuce 3 for for this to not end in a chop. Or obviously one of the players can hit their kick up. And we see a raise from Tama to 215,000. Jerome, action back on him. Tama got 600k behind. If Jerome makes the call, that puts 670k, 80k in the pot. So less than the pot size bet behind. So we may just see Jerome move all in here rather than flatten. But this is always going in on all turns as well. There's no scenario in which this doesn't go in, and Jerome just makes the call. So Tama is going to be jamming all turn cards here. Queen on the turn, chop it up. It's a sick one if the way Jerome's running, like if a 4 peels off on the river, but this is going to end in a chop. So Tama. Less than one SPR triangle should be going his way.
Yeah, 10 bigs. I think he's going in.
Yeah, he is. He's going in. There's no other option he's got here.
Snap call. And we've got a 5. We've got a 5. No dramas on the river, and we'll chop it up. We chop it up, baby.
Please no 4 or 6 on the river. Just put a brick out there, dealer. Be a cruel way to lose this hand. So
thankfully,
chop it up. So blinds are now up. We are only on a 45-minute clock because once we get to four-handed, clock gets reduced to 45 minutes. So we're actually playing 40k, 80k now. Just wait for the graphics to update. So just over 100 big blinds in play. So it could still be, if Tama gets a double up, it could still be a long heads-up battle. But first of all, he's got to get the spot where he gets his chips in and holds, or gets there. Either way works. Evening, Neil. When will we see you guys next on stream? It will be yeah, it's another 2 months away, Neil. It'll be the first leg of next year, January, leg 1, back here in London for the 1K. Assuming I'm still here, Tower. If I don't win the passport, that is. Because you're all playing for second, by the way, in GUKPT.
Oh, like that.
After the start I had today, no chance. But good luck to everyone still in the GUKPT tournaments as well, and good luck to everyone playing them throughout the week. It'd be great to see some of the people that have been throughout the chat box all year round do well in the series. To be honest, Brad, your guess is as good as mine.
And mine.
Yep, no idea what's happening yet.
Hopefully so, everything just stays the same for next year. That would be the plan.
So Tama once again limping the button. This time is 7-5 off, and Jerome checks his option. Flop of ace 8-5. So Tama with the best hand here. So Tama is going to fire. Honestly, Brad, no idea what's happening next year with me. I'm guessing I'm going to have a chat with a few people after this event, but your guess is as good as mine at the moment. I've really enjoyed the year. I'm not going to lie, it's been a great year. The opportunity to actually sit here and commentate and analyse the play that's been happening throughout the year, it's been great. I've really enjoyed it. And everyone as well has been so supportive in the chat box, and it's really helped me out along the way. So I don't know what's happening yet, but I'm sure there'll be some news sooner or later. So Tama on the button. Is he going to opt for a limp again? Buying a stack of 12 big blinds. So Tama going to raise here with 10-8, and Jerome with Jack 5 suited in the big blind. So should be defending. Suited hand. 3-1 on the call. And does defend. So to the flop. Flop of ace 3-3. Jerome checks it over to Tama. You expect Tama to continue here. He's probably going to bet like between 1 and 2 big blinds, somewhere between like 80k and 160k, but he's not. He's going to check behind just with the 10 high. Really surprised that he didn't actually stick a big or two in there to take the pot down. He's just going to get a catalogue of folds so often on this particular board texture. Jerome checks it over to Tama, so he might be going for the delayed continuation bet here, because he will have some checkbacks in his range that do have ace-x, but no, he's just done with the hand. I think he's just waved the white flag and he's going to wait for the next one. river, the ace of clubs. It's now action on Tama. Is he going to take the showdown with 10 high? He is, and Jerome is going to pick up another one. Mel, do you think it has helped your game? Oh, massively, Mel. Just watching it, all the players, like, we've seen some great players on this tour this year on the feature table, and I feel like every time I do watch, I do improve. I give my thoughts on a hand, but as I always say, there's no right way to play a poker hand. Every person has different strategies in the way that they want to play, which suits them best. But yeah, I definitely have learnt a lot this year. It's been great. Yeah, I know what you're saying, bro. I can play another tour, but I don't know what's happening regarding me next year. I actually have no idea what's happening. I have no insight, so I can't really answer on whether I'm going to do it or not, because I don't know what's happening. So Jerome is all in with the 10-9 offsuit on the button. Tama, 9 big blinds, Queen 7 of diamonds. This is right on the line, actually. Heads up, 9 big blinds, Queen 7 of diamonds. Yeah, Tama does make the call. That's a close one. Queen 7, whether that's a call or whether that's a fold. Queen 7 suited. And Tama makes the call and has the best hand. SR, they are playing for 20k, and this could be it. If Jerome finds a 10 or a 9, that is it, and we will have a champion. If Tama doubles up, he's going to be right back in this. And there is a 9 on the flop, but Tama has a flush draw, so he can find a diamond or a queen. Turn card is a queen, so Tama is gonna double up. Just needs to fade a 10 or a 9, and it's a 2 on the river. So Tama is going to double up, back up to 1.6 million, 20 big blinds, right back in this now. So yes, that's a plan for £20,000. These two, after the deal was done, Ben Morrison in third place took home 123k. Tama has 110k locked up, and Jerome has 120k locked up. So they're playing for the remaining £20,000 in the prize pool. Thanks for that, Anthony. Really appreciate the kind comments, and you as well, Paul. Thanks very much for that. Really appreciated, and thanks to everyone in the chat box that has been tuned in all day. Getting late now on a Sunday evening, but we are still battling it out until we have a champion. Cheers, Rich. Thanks for the support all year, and I'm sure we'll see you watching the live stream at some point next year. Have a good one. So Tama now back in it and continuing his limp strategy on the button. Makes the call. Jerome checks his option with the Jack 7. Flop of Ace, Jack, Deuce. Check on the flop. King on the turn, so Tama turns the best hand now. And Jerome checks it over to him once more. And I think we can bet this now as Tama. You expect Jerome to be raising a lot of his ace-x out of the big blind. So very often our king here is going to be the best hand. So Tama is going to fire. And Jerome should be calling. He does have a jack. Has a piece off the board, so he will make the call. And the river, the 6 of clubs. So Tama with the checkmate mark. And I'd really like to see him go for thin value here for the reasons we spoke about on the turn when his King X is just going to be the best hand so often. And I bet of around 200k here, trying to get a call from like Jack X or Deuce X that just don't believe us like it. He is going for value. It's just Jerome never really has an ace here, and the way the hand's played, he's never got 2 pair plus. So Tama does bet 275k for value, like it a lot, and Jerome does fold though, gets out the way with the jack. Thanks, Gary. The old brew boy, I know. Towers, where's he gone with the brews?
Brew boy, I just fetched him. What I can do with that?
Here he is.
Tea, coffee, milk, I fetch them all, fetch all these drinks. I'm on my feet more than you.
Thanks, Stephen, as well. I try my best, and so does the man beside me.
You're doing a great job, Jay. Hope you and your lackey are back next year. I love that one. Oh, well, don't want to know. He'll be back. Brew boy, if not. Ding, ding, ding. Yeah, you're not right. We should have a Christmas bell.
Christmas, yeah.
It's nearly December. It's not even December, and we're still talking about Christmas.
5 on the turn. So both players turn a straight draw. Tama with the up and down, and Jerome with the gut shot. So Jerome going to fire here with his gut shot. Tama won't be going anywhere though with the up and down in position. And it's a 5 on the river, so Jerome does have the best hand here with King High, whether he believes it's going to be good at showdown or not. or is he going to fire here? And he has checked over to Tama, and is Tama going to bluff a tip with just 10 high? I think Tama might check back this spot. We can see Jerome probably would fold. He just has king high, but we've got to think what we're trying to get to fold as Tama, like what hands Jerome bet turn with, but he is going to fire. So actually good instincts here. I just think Jerome checks a lot of the time. All his 8x, his 6x, his queen x as a bluff catcher out of position, but nice play by Tama. Good instincts. Getting back into this tower as well.
Just want to read a nice little message by Paul Spillane in the chat box. Hope to see you next year, Jay. You have a knack of breaking down hands and decisions and conveying them to the stream viewers in a way that is entertaining and insightful. That's a rare talent. Hopefully Grosvenor realise this. Nice words from Paul Spillane.
Lovely words, Paul. Thanks for that. Really appreciate it.
Excellent. Well done. Right, yes.
I'm just going to say that he is here next year. 100% nailed on.
Hey, ladies and gentlemen, coming back in January is Jay.
He's just telling us this now.
Get the drinks in, son.
Just telling us
Forget the teas. Forget the teas. Get the champagne out, boy. Hey, deuce to us both. Ding dang do. There you go.
Dealing.
I'm dealing.
Action tracking and everything.
Action tracking.
Dave.
Well, I'm doing
You're fired. Oh, nice one. There you go. It's all the messages in the chat box. Me must have got a message while we were reading. In fact, Paul Spillane in disguise might be Ian Bryan.
Ian Bryan, yeah.
Well, the team as a whole will be back in January, and it's confirmed that it's all. How good is that? Well done, one and all. We have had an end, and yes, Jay was brought in to do the analysis, and yes, Tower doesn't do too much analysis at all, but we've worked well together.
Yeah, we have. I think it's gone so well this year. I've just enjoyed it so much, getting to do what you love. Like everyone that watches the stream loves the game of poker, and to watch it and get to commentate on it and analyse it and give my opinions on certain hands, and it's just great. It's just great, and really enjoy what I do here with you, Tower, as well. You make it so much easier.
We have a laugh. We know when things get serious. We know that. We know when things change and what have you. But it's good. We've put on a show. I think Cardroom Direct has got the best team. Everybody put together. We muscle through. When Boothie decides to go on cruises and holidays and everything like that, PK steps up and he's just in charge. He gives us a slap and everything.
Cruises and holidays. One holiday.
Yeah, but it was for a month.
It wasn't. I wish.
We are a team, and we're a bloody good team. I don't know if you're saying it. We are a good team.
So River here, Jerome has the best hand. Just catching the action. Bet call on the flop from Jerome. Check, check, turn. And now River. Tama is out of position with the King 9. And he is going to fire another bluff. Really up in the aggression here, Tama.
There's a lot of Chef Brad says, and I would suggest Tower and Jay get paid to go to Vegas when you all go out there.
Yes!
Yeah,
nice one, Brad.
Because it's a two-man team.
Cheers, Brad.
It's an absolute two-man team. Everything they do on their own.
Everybody else makes us look good. We've always said that.
Yeah, like you see all the clips around the room, the pan, like there's people that you don't see that make our jobs a lot easier and produce the quality of the stream.
No, it's we are the best team. I don't care who knows it. Cardroomdirect.com bring all the high resolution graphics. We bring all the best information. We have ideas. We stick them in. We implement them.
It's back to the action here. Tama after the double up is back in it. has a playable stack now, heads up. So Tama on the button, Queen 5 suited. We'll be continuing this hand, not going to predict whether he's going to limp or raise, because he's been limping and raising, but he is just going to limp again. It seems like he's limping all his continue range other than his actual strong hands, which he does raise. And if Jerome is getting fed information, he can actually exploit that as well. By just making big raises out of the big blind every time Tama limps. And stream probably has caught up a bit now, so here it comes. Here is a race.
Thanks ever so much. You're a star.
Take it easy.
Tama, you're a star.
Take care of yourself.
Well done.
Yeah, I know.
Tamer. So Jerome, Jack 9, Tama Queen 5. Yeah, the whole team. We are the whole team. Everybody is the whole team.
Kev was saying it's one holiday too many. Says the man who disappears every January.
He goes away in January for a month. I like when he posts on Facebook, oh, I've just finished for Christmas. When is it? What day is it? November 28th. Oh, brilliant.
So,
He's a star. Nice one, Kev. Where are you going this year anyway? When are you off to... he normally goes to Thailand, doesn't he? And surrounding villages and areas and stuff.
Can't say when. Burglars might be listening.
So Tama floats with Queen High on this flop, and what an action turn card this is. Good double barrel candidate for Jerome. He picks up an up and down straight draw, and Tama turning a flush draw.
Jeff says he's working well into December this year. Must be the 7th.
So Jerome asks to check Tama's stack. SPR just over 1.1 around there. So there's the triangle. He moves all in. So Jerome, maximum pressure here. Tama with a flush draw. Now the way this hand's played, we haven't seen Jerome raise out of the big blind too much over a limp from Tama. So maybe Tama can give him credit for lots of ace-x hands here, which he would take this line with. So Tama, million to call. It's a pot-sized bet. He's actually not getting the right price to make his flush. So you expect him to fold. There's no way he can know he's got the best hand in that scenario, but he's not getting the correct price to make the flush on the river. Nowhere near the correct price with one card to come. So he lets it go. Jerome on the button. Ace-8 suited, moves all in. So he's Tama back down to sub a million chips now.
Yeah.
Blinds going up.
11 bigs, 48 tick. They're going up
It's
in
15,
20 minutes.
15,
yeah.
20
Yeah,
minutes.
20 minutes, yeah.
So blinds will be going up soon. Up to 50k, 100k, but Tama really short here.
Nice words, Matt. Good listening to you, Jay. Everything you say, spot on learning, and just listening to you. Great work. Just let you know he's got the job next year, so you can all stop.
Cheers,
There's
Matt.
No need to carry on.
Cheers, Matt. Thank you. Keep them coming, guys. Keep them coming.
There's no need to carry on. What about?
What about Tower? Yeah. What about Tower?
Just, I don't know.
This Tower Jay Appreciation Society.
Yeah.
The man in charge always said it.
Deuce is here for Tama. This should be an all-in. It is. And Jack-6 suited for Jerome. He's going to get out the way. He's going to ask for a count, but 12, 13 big blinds. Jack-6 suited. Just got to let it go. If it was like a 7 big blind shove, and we can make the call, but it's just a bit too many big blinds, and Jerome's going to let that one go into the muck.
So still fighting on. He has a million chips. Blinds are 40-80, so it's 12 bigs. 40-80. It is 12 big blinds. So here's 7 for Tama. Here's 7 of clubs for Tama.
So Tama, triangle should be going in here.
Yeah, 12 bigs.
Just counting his stack, see how many big blinds he does have, and I'm sure we'll see him move all in. There it is.
There it is, the triangle. Can I have a count? Queen 7 of diamonds. That's actually marginal.
There's no Queen 7 of diamonds, very close. We saw Tama
Is that
double.
not marginal?
Yeah. You're right, Tama. Been a long day. I was trying to see how many bigs Tama had. So Tama, 13 big blinds. Cheers for that, Tower.
That's all right. No
we saw him call a jam with Queen 7 with 8 big blinds before. I just think 13 bigs. We can let the Queen 7 go here as Jerome. Better to call the hand like Jack 10 suited, 9 10 suited, because we can have Tama in more dominated spots. Like he'd be shoving like his 10 8 suited, 10 7 suited, Jack 8 suited, them type of hands. But Queen 7, it's just hard for us to have Tama in a dominated spot with this hand. And we can wait for a better spot than Queen 7 as well. We've got the chip lead. We just don't want to give it Tama a cheap double up and let him get right back into this heads up battle. And there is the fold eventually.
It was marginal, like you say, the computer hand, but that's Queen 7 off. Close. Fantastic words, Kevin. Mr. Kev Blower, thank you very much indeed. Fantastic words.
Thanks, Kev. So ace 4 for Jerome. He should be moving all in. Effective stack is now 12, 13 big blinds. So we should see the triangle go Jerome's way. There it is, and Tama with King 8. This is a call, Tower.
This is a call with 11 bigs.
This is a call. So
it is.
We
it
could have
we
a champion.
Could have a champion. We have Jerome. Jerome is in front and chip leader. Jerome lost this. Tama Camel. This could be it for the grand final, and this could be a French champion.
So Tama needing to find a king or an 8.
All the rail, the top right on the top of the screen, are all Jerome's friends, and Tama's friends are on the left hand side.
No help on the
10
flop.
Queen Queen.
Turn is a 9, so Tama actually picking up some additional outs here. He can find a jack now on the river.
River's a 3. That is it.
That is it.
We have a champion of the grand final, Mr. Tama Camel, second.
Second for Tama. Oh, he's just a grand final player, isn't he?
JJJ, absolutely fantastic. We have a French champion.
Well done, Jerome. It has been a great final table, even better tournament. Thanks to everyone that has tuned in, not just today, but throughout the year. It's been a great tour, and I'm really looking forward to coming back next year over to Tower with the trophy presentation.
Oh, four grand finals, and we spoke about it a lot on the live stream. It's an incredible feat, man.
Yeah, I know. As I said to you in the toilet, I think change my name to Tama Grand Final Camel. I think.
Absolutely.
I like this tournament a lot. It's where I actually learnt to play poker.
Yeah.
So.
And we also said you finished third, you've done a fourth, you've done a sixth, new position, second. I know probably not the position that you did want, but either tonight, tomorrow morning, you'll pat yourself on the back.
No, definitely. I think everyone who knows me and the people that know, like, it means a lot for me, this one. I just had my second child as well, so
fantastic.
He's 17 weeks old. I can't wait to go see him.
Man.
Thank you. So my wife's been a star. I just want to say thanks, Luce.
Absolutely. We had the backing.
Yeah, so I mean, I really felt like it was actually my one this time, but I don't know. Heads up, I couldn't get anything going.
No.
I was losing every hand and. I lost momentum, and I mean.
When we got that double up, was it like I've got this?
Yeah, definitely. And then I lost the next hand afterwards. Just put me on a bit of a dip. But you know what? I mean, I love this tournament. I love the GUKPT. So hopefully next year. I actually missed last year, so
you did.
Maybe I would have won it last year. But no, I love it a lot here. So.
And we locked up chunks as well. Which was a great deal for all.
Definitely, I feel happy about that, and might even be able to go to EPT Prague now, if my wife will let me. But yeah, the guy played well, and it was a good final table.
It was a fantastic event.
Yeah, it was really good. A lot of numbers, and it was run really well. I want to say thanks to all the staff as well.
Brilliant. 4 grand finals, mate.
Thank you very much, and thanks for you as well. All your hard work.
Thank you very much.
Right,
long may it continue, man. One of the nicest men you will meet at a poker table. But we're gonna bring on the champion, Jerome. Biggest event of the year. This is the grand final. We are now champion. How are you feeling, man?
I feel pretty good.
Excellent. And you had a good score 2 or 3 months ago as well in Barcelona.
Yeah, in Barcelona, it was a big tournament. Yeah, I finished 5th, so yeah, good.
It is a form game, and you brought your game in. You played pretty steady. You kept it nice and quiet. You just sat there, let them battle away.
No. Well, I have to play with my cards, so sometimes you don't have good cards. You have to just wait. Yeah.
Were you confident heads up?
Yeah, sure. Yeah. He was good, but I had a pretty good start at the heads up, so it helps a lot.
It was a great final to watch as well. Must be very, very nice to play, and especially when we're going to get their trophy in a couple of minutes' time.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, it was a really tough final table with many good players. Yeah. So yeah.
One of the best assembled fields. We've enjoyed watching you. Thank you very much. And we're just about to get the trophy. Here's Yanis. Ladies and gentlemen, can we please give it up for the champion of the grand final, Mr. Jerome Lostis. That. We're going to get you over the table, mate. You just stand over there. We'll get you over the table. Yeah. Brilliant. Fantastic. Well done, buddy. Top. What an event. We're going to bring Yanis in for the final words of 2018. Every main event this year just shows what an event this is. I'd like to say a big thank you to all my team, because without them, they won't make me look good. Jay has been a superstar. He has been absolutely brilliant. Well done and I always say well done to you in the chat box, because without you this game we wouldn't have a laugh like we do over the 4 days. But Jerome is up there. He has got all the plaudits, and he's been a superb year, and end of season 12, believe it or not, and we start season 13 sometime next season. Check out all the details on social media. But from the tower and the absolutely A team in poker, ta-ta.